Alright, gents, this is it. One last roll. If we can pull this off, we'll all go home heroes. All I have to do is not roll a 1. Gods be with us, lads. Son of a bitch. Hello and welcome back to a Squirrel Plays. I was staring at my YouTube dashboard the other day and I realized that my EZD6 video has been picking up some traffic of late. So I thought I'd revisit Scotty's creation and give you all some updates, as well as a little tweak that I made to the game that has worked pretty well for me, or at least the one whole time that I used it. If you're already up to date on all the EZD6 news and want to skip to the Squirrel modifications, you can go to the time code here, assuming that I remembered to edit it into the video. No promises on that though, considering I completely forgot to finish my script on the last video. So far, I've managed to find not one, but 2 whole brain cells. And apparently I did not finish the script. Wow. Wow. And while I'll be covering a handful of different things, it's actually going to be fairly fast because I'll just be giving you the basics and telling you where you can get some more information. No sense in just repeating what others have already done. We'll be having a look at EZD6's OGL, the Book of Quests, the Advantage deck, and a little something that Scotty mentioned a while back. After that, we'll move on to the modification that I made. So, what's going on in the wonderful world of EZD6? Well, let's start with what's probably on a lot of folks' mind, and that would be the OGL. 3 little letters that have become wildly infamous over the past several months. GM Scotty has opened this up for you guys to make and sell your creations.
And I promise my goons will not show up at your house. Okay, little joke there.
Now, I won't speak much on this because I don't want to mess up and tell you something wrong and then you go and get in trouble or disappointed. And instead, I will point you to a video that Scotty himself dropped a couple months back explaining it. It's only 5 minutes long, and because it's GM Scotty, of course it's a fun watch. He seems very excited for y'all to get out there and start making stuff, and he's very encouraging for you to do so. So please go watch that video if that is something that interests you. Now, if you just want to play the game instead of making stuff, then the next bit of news will be that DM Scotty has released a Book of Quests. And I would like to clarify that these quests are not limited to just EZD6. You can use it for whatever your preferred ttrpg is. You will just have to make a few adjustments, obviously. You can grab this book on DriveThruRPG in PDF format, softback or hardback, whichever way you choose. And yes, the physical copies do come bundled with the PDF as well. The book contains a whopping 18 quests, 150 pages of Scotty goodness, as well as more art from Sean Bova, which, by the way, I gotta say, I really love. Normally, I don't care for gross stuff because I think it's silly and a little bit concerning, but his art has just enough humor in it to balance it out, and it's really great. I mean, just look at this stuff. But anyway, the quests have maps, NPCs, roll tables, all that good and wonderful stuff. And again, I won't go into a lot of detail about this because other people have already done that, and the Squirrel is just a little late to the party. But in case you did miss it, both Scotty and Dungeon Craft have a video on that, so pick your poison and give one of these a watch. Next up is the Advantage deck, and if you're wondering what the heck that is, well, that's Scotty's solution to EZD6 not having a leveling system. It's for the players, or maybe GMs too, that still wanted something to progress into instead of just getting more powerful through gear and items, and honestly, it's pretty freaking neat. It's a deck of 54 cards, and players can draw from the deck after certain milestones or whatever the GM, or rabble-rouser as EZD6 calls them, decides is appropriate. The cards contain abilities and things to help you, such as being able to recover a strike on your turn, or after failing an armor save, you get a free attack on the enemy. But you only get to use the card once per session. After you use it, it's no longer available until your next session, so you don't lose it. You just have to wait till the next session. There's also a bit of a mini game involved when acquiring said cards, as well as some room for deck customization. But I'll let DM Scotty do the explanation instead of just repeating what he already said. It's a great way to feel like you're growing and leveling up, but it doesn't break the game, unlike certain TTRPGs out there. It's a really neat idea, and I would say I've never seen anything like this before, but that doesn't mean a whole lot coming from me due to my limited exposure to TTRPGs. But even then, I find Scotty's work pretty genius. I mean, just look at him. That's the face of a madman, one with the answers to the universe. How does one ascend to such a high level of big brain? Well, I'm going to find out just what's going on in that head of his. Wow. There are a lot of D6s in here. Hey, look. It's the subscribe button. Oh, I got him again. Yeah. All right, so one more thing before we get into squirrel shenanigans, and that's a little something Scotty mentioned in a video a while back that some of you might have missed.
Now, it's funny you say that because right now, this very moment, I am working on a post-apocalyptic setting playset for EZD6 called Wasted World.
Yeah, boy, looking forward to that. But unfortunately, that is all that I've heard about it. All right, hi, hello, it's me, the editing squirrel. So originally, that's all there was to say about that, but I decided to reach out to the man himself and see just what was cooking over there. He's currently prettying up the manuscript to pass it off to Brandon, and then they have to commission all that wonderful art from Big Bad Bova. So in other words, it's going to take some time, but he did want me to share this. And if I had an actual studio, I would 100% dress up as Scotty and try to make it as authentic as possible, but I don't have said studio, nor do I sound anything like Scotty. So this is what you get instead. Hey guys, brace yourself. The end is nigh. I'm excited to share my latest crazy project, the first alternate playset for EZD6, Wasted World. We've got creepy mutants, deadly guns, formidable tech, warped psychers, blood-pumping vehicle battles, and ferocious creatures, all beneath a ravaging demon sky. And holy acorns, does that sound great! I'm super stoked to see what he comes up with, and specifically interested on how he handles the guns on the mechanical level. Super looking forward to it. But anyway, moving right along, and with the EZD6 news done, let's move on to the final chapter here. What did the squirrel do to the game? We all thought he liked it the way it was. Well, me and the gang were having a little trouble with the karma system. Assuming we were doing it correctly, and lordy Lou, that is a big assumption.
That's quite big.
But we felt like there was too much karma going around. The players kept forgetting to give themselves karma when they were supposed to, and even then, they admitted they felt like it made it a bit too easy. They felt like they were able to get out of bad rolls just a little too often. Now, I will say this, because I'm a big boy and can admit when I'm wrong, that might be a lack of skill on my part as the GM. Or, as I should say, the rabble-rouser. I might not have been making things hard enough or using the right tools at my disposal, despite wiping them a few times, which sounds very contradictory to what I just said. So I was sitting at my desk one day, like I often do, and I looked at the karma system and said, that's right, I tossed it out, the whole thing. I gave it a good dose of Eutychus Maximus, and out it went. But to make up for it, I gave the players more hero dice, as well as sprinkling some throughout the map in hidden chests and whatnot. This way, the players had to hunt down those extra bonus points. It was more of a limited supply that couldn't just be accrued simply by existing and whiffing rolls. Now, there's two ways to handle this. Both methods involve the following steps. Step 1, remove the karma, obviously. Step 2, start the players with more hero dice. How much is entirely up to you. I think for our one shot, I started them out with 3 each. Step 3, allow the players to find more hero dice. You can do this by having chests hidden throughout your map or give them some when they do something awesome, kind of like the original karma rules. And the last rule is where the two methods differ. In method 1, you let the players roll as many hero dice as they want, so long as they have the dice to burn. They can keep on rolling until they get the roll they want for that turn. As long as they have the dice, they can keep going. In method 2, they only get to roll once, but the hero dice function just a little bit differently. Instead of them being a complete re-roll, you add the hero dice roll value to your original roll value. Also, in this method, hero dice are a d3 or a d6 divided by 2, whichever way you want to go, but it's the same thing. You could combine both of those if you wanted, meaning you could roll the d3s as much as you want so long as you had the dice to burn, but these were the two options I came up with. We tried a session with method 1, and while I don't think anybody ever rolled more than one at a time, the game did go a whole lot smoother. They were excited to find more hero dice in the chests, and yes, there was the occasional disappointment of rolling a hero dice only to have it come up as 1 again, and that's why I made method 2. But all in all, it went very, very well for us. And they won the game. Well, most of them. One died because she had to leave early, so she made a suicidal charge into the BBEG's room, and the other hung on till the very end while the last one saved the day. But the BBEG was beat in the end, so all is well. Now that doesn't mean the karma system is bad by any stretch of the imagination. This was just another way of playing the game. I'm still 50-50 on whether or not we're actually using the karma correctly, but regardless, this was a fun little change, and it was one less resource to keep up with, which means even faster gameplay. And really, guys, that's it. Nope, that's not it. Hi, hello, it's me again, the editing squirrel. Somebody forgot to do this video shout out, so shout out to Christo Carter 3258, or maybe Chris 2 Carter, I'm not sure. Either way, Chris seems to be a little bit traumatized after what the squirrel did to Kermit in the last video, so I guess just wait until he sees what the squirrel did in this video. Alright, now you can get back to wrapping things up. This is a very short and simple video compared to what I normally do, but like I said, there was some traffic of late on my EZD6 video, so I figured there was another wave of people coming in and learning about it, and that's a good thing. Scotty is absolutely crushing it over there and coming up with all kinds of neat things, and I'm super looking forward to his next book, or cards, or whatever the heck he manages to come up with. At the rate he's going, who knows, maybe we'll have EZD6 snacks. Which, honestly, I would not complain. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you've already picked up EZD6 or any of the other related things, and let me know what you think of them so far. Also, let me know how the karma system works out for you. Do you think it makes it too easy? Do you struggle to keep up with it? Or am I just dumb? Now excuse me while I go buy all of the EZD6 things.